Good evening. Welcome back to those of you who do watch. Hopefully, it'll start picking up more. Guys, maybe you put out the word a little bit. Help me out here. Subscribe, like, comment. I'm going to talk a little bit about the birthright situation. I don't know what, not that I'm a genius and I'm always right, but you got to use your heads. All right, the birthright was written for the children of slaves so they could be integrated into the United States. Okay, wasn't for people coming over here and being pregnant to drop a kid. All right, because guess who pays for that? All right, you really want to pay for all these kids? It's ridiculous, man. Nobody thinks about it. The bleeding heart. Put your head on my shoulder. I feel terrible for you. Bullshit. All right, it's done intentionally. It's done intentionally. And a lot of you are still like, well, they have a right to be here. No, they don't. All right? Why do my kids got to suffer? And they got nothing. They had no insurance. The only insurance they had was through my work. They weren't pushed through. They weren't carried. Okay? But yet these people come over here and their kids got major coverage. And then, on the other hand, you got veterans sleeping in the street. Please, grow a set. All right? For those of you that agree but are afraid to say it, grow a set. And say something about it, because this woke bullshit don't work for me. It never did. All right, and the Democrats, and I'm saying it straight out, the Democrats, actually, I don't even think it's Democrats anymore. I think they're on their way out. It's the far left socialists that are coming in, as you could tell by the voting. All right. Now here's the stupid thing. Okay, but they have a game plan, and they're willing to wait it out. Okay, they drop the kid, they get caught. They have to go back, and don't know if they'll get back. But if if they leave, they got to wait until that child, because the child can stay. So it's at least 5 years. The child has to be 21 to sponsor them, but they're willing to wait it out. And then, so as stupid as they are, all right, if they get caught, they get deported for 5 to 20 years before they can even apply to come back to this country. But they're willing to wait to take the long game. You know what I mean? Look where they're living. But I think it's stupid. Our people suffer for everything that is done for them. We suffer because we get absolutely nothing, and we pay for them. Now you tell me how that's justified. All right. If you're bleeding heart, don't know what to tell you. I am not. I have sympathy and empathy for people, but they're doing this to get their kids into this country. And I think it's an average of 10,000 births a year. Figure it up after 10 years. That's 100,000. Okay? Just with the kids. All right? Now what happens down the road? And then they'll start working their way into the country. This isn't like conspiracy. They have a game plan, man. You got to sit back and look at the whole thing. They have a game plan. Trump's not stupid. That's why Trump tried doing away with it. And then you have SCOTUS that comes in and says, "Oh no, they should be allowed to stay." Yeah, you mind. And the ones that voted for it, I forget, I'm not going to say direct. It was either either Biden or Obama appointed judges. Okay, figure it out. So I don't know. My mind's just swirling. I could go on and on and on and on, but most of you people with intelligence already know. All right, I'm just following it up. Uh, Makes no sense to me, man. The people here don't get anything, and then you got the people coming in from other countries just sweeping everything up. Not even sweeping; it's handed to them. All right, you tell me where the justification is in that. So, but on that note, I'm totally disgusted. So if you got anything to say about it, you have any thoughts on it, once again, whether you agree or don't agree, that's cool. Everybody has their own opinions. All right. Leave it in the comments. Like, subscribe, and maybe we can get this off the ground and maybe we can talk about more issues. All right. And we'll see what happens. I appreciate you watching, and have a good night, and enjoy, if I don't get on here beforehand, enjoy your 4th of July weekend and be safe. Have a good night.